The Supreme Court just heard the case of Gabe Olivier, and this is his wife Christina and Elizabeth, right? Hi, Elizabeth. How you doing there? And the court was trying to ferret out what they would need to do to allow Gabe Olivier to bring his case involving sharing the gospel on a sidewalk. So, Gabe, this started out with you in handcuffs at the amphitheater in Brandon, Mississippi, and now you're standing at the Supreme Court. What is that like?
I've never would have expected it would have gotten to this point, but as a Christian, I believe that He rewards those who are being faithful and obedient to the service He calls us to. And so it's been neat to look back from where we're at now. I can look back to the start of all this and see how the Lord's been ordaining all of our steps. And we're going to continue to pray that the Supreme Court will make a right decision here.
Now, there was a lot of nerdy legal stuff that got talked about in there, but from your perspective listening to it, what did you hear?
Yeah, it seemed to me like most of the discussion seemed to be centered around the application of heck, not necessarily the concrete issue of due process and having my day in court, but more along the lines of how heck would be applied in this case.
Yeah. I'm going to go over here and talk to these guys. Pardon me for walking in front of everybody, but I want to make it quit. Nate Kellum, attorney with First Liberty, and of course, Kelly Shackelford, our president and CEO. Nate, you've been working on this case for years now with Gabe. How did you think it went today?
I thought it went well. I think Allison did a terrific job. I think she fielded every question well. And I was encouraged by the questioning because they were very thoughtful questions, and at times they were hard questions. But I think in the balance, I think we have every reason to be optimistic about a favorable ruling.
And by Allison, we're talking about Allison Ho, who's our volunteer attorney from Gibson Dunn and Crutcher, they're often called. It's one of the largest law firms in the world, right?
Absolutely.
And she volunteered her time for this, and we're very grateful to have her. Her seventh time arguing at the U.S. Supreme Court, right?
Yeah. I asked if Gibson Dunn if they could give us like a ballpark figure of their services had they actually charged. It'd been $4 million.
Oh, wow.
And so we're talking about some very valuable help that we received in this case, and I think it's going to pay off.
Yeah. Kelly, this is a significant case for First Liberty because at the core of it, it's about religious freedom. It's about Gabe's right to have his day in court so that he can challenge the ordinance that kicked him out of the sidewalk in there and got him arrested in Brandon. How do you see all that coming together now that you've been here and heard the arguments today?
Yeah, it's this is a case I prayed about a lot because I thought, what an honor. We've had huge cases, but to have one that the very center of this is the right to share the gospel in a public park. What an honor to represent the Lord in that case and that freedom that our country was built on. And today was about whether Gabe could even get into court.
Right.
And they were dealing with an old precedent. That precedent was put in place to keep people who are already convicted and in jail from bringing another collateral lawsuit to kind of question the ruling. So go in federal court because you lost your criminal case in state court. Well, obviously the Supreme Court didn't want that to happen. But that's really about people who are convicted and are in jail. And it's not about what Gabe is doing here, which is he just wants the right to bring his lawsuit. He doesn't want to be arrested again if he goes to share the gospel in the park.
But he's not trying to overturn what happened in the past.
Nothing about the past. It's about this ordinance was bad all along, but he kind of let that go from the past. But he wants to go out and share his faith. And so I think the court gets that. I think the justices get that. They're just trying to figure out how to draw this and line out this opinion so that they don't indirectly allow a lot of crazy prisoner lawsuits and things like this. But I think they realize this is the First Amendment. There's nothing more important than this. And what Gabe is standing for, every citizen should have a right to go into court and defend their First Amendment rights.
And the decision today will last for generations.
This will be quoted. I predict this decision, once it comes down, will be quoted for, we'll be talking about it 50 years from now, those who are alive. We'll be talking about this case. They'll be quoting Olivier in the future. But pray. The justices will go on Friday into a room just by themselves. They will vote on this case. They will begin to write the opinion. And until that opinion comes out, things can change. So really be praying for the justices that this will be a great opinion for really every American in their right to have their day in court under the First Amendment.
And to wrap this up, I want to give you a chance to make the connection between our supporters who make this possible and the outcome of cases just like this.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here. Gabe wouldn't be here. There'd be no organization. It's because of the people who have been supporting First Liberty financially, prayer. That's the reason we're here. And so I just want everybody to realize that they are here with us. They are a part of this. Their fingerprints are all over this case. They're all over what's going to happen. they are totally responsible. And so I just want them to be proud about what happened today and to be really invested in prayer, as I know we all will be over the coming months until that decision comes down.
Well, Gabe, I want you to know one of our core principles as an organization is winning. We like to win. We do it with integrity. That's another part of it. So we expect a victory for you, but I just want you to know, you and Christina both, there are a lot of people praying for you and cheering for you as we wait for the decision to come out. And we appreciate the fact that you hung in there with this. It's not easy going through one of these. We're proud of you for doing that. We just want to affirm you in that way and let you know you're doing the right thing. You're going to help a lot of people out in the long run. Thank you for that. All right. And that's going to wrap it up from here in front of the Supreme Court. Keep an eye on firstliberty.org, and you will see the outcome of this. We'll let you know as soon as we find out how it went.